Hey guys, what is up? I know it's been about a week to 2 weeks. I guess 2 weeks to the day since we did this last episode, but we are back with every CD I own review. Today we're going to be talking about Ensiferum Thalassic, which I have a bit of a special edition of. I guess it is literally called special edition, which includes a little medallion guy here. I'll set that to the side over here. A extra bonus CD. This is a couple demos, just bonus CD. Features a bunch from One Man Army, and then features 3 songs from this album: "Rum Women Victory," "Andromeda," and the defensive Sampo, which are kind of, or Sampo, however you say it, which are just kind of, other than that, it's just kind of a bunch of One Man Army tracks, and then of course the album itself. And you can't see it; it's up on my wall over here off screen. But I also did get a big flag of the album cover. So let's dive into it. Let's talk about this album a little bit. It is a 9-track or 11-track album. Sorry, Seafarer's Dream is track 1. Kind of a nice little softer, kind of acoustically led slash. I actually don't know if it's too acoustic. It's very orchestral. Then followed by the, fun chugging power metal heavy Rum Women in Victory with the very cool chantable chorus, followed up by Andromeda or Andromeda. That's kind of how they say it. Really fun song. Catchy chorus. That's one thing you'll realize about this album. It's super catchy chorus. Then we got the defense of Sampo again. Some people might call it the defense of shampoo. Is what I heard from a lot of people who listened to the album just back in the day. Because I was listening to this album when it came out and I was loving it. Run from the Crushing Tide, another very power metal heavy, very. So one thing is, I will say, so they got a new member on this album. I want to say his name is. Let me not say it wrong. I don't want to fuck up and say it wrong. It is going to be Pekka Montine. Pekka Montine. So overall, pretty cool. And then of course you have the band at the time is Petri Lindros, Marcus Toivonen, Sami Hinka, and Hane Parvian. I don't know how to say that. But Petri's the harsh vocalist, and of course we got Pekka, who's doing the more power metal-y, just very power metal, high vocals on the album. So where do we leave off? For Sirens, probably my favorite song on the album. Listen to this a shit ton. This album is probably one of my most listened to albums of the 2020s. I really, really like this album. I love the power metal-ness mixed with the very folk metal, Viking metalness of the album. I wouldn't say it's it's definitely not my favorite Ensiferum album. That's probably the first one. I really love that album, but it's super, super good nonetheless. It's a fun album. Whether you want to say it's the best written is completely different. And then we have One with the Sea, a fun, kind of softer song to start, and then you kind of build up to that very epic ending into Midsummer Magic, a very folk-heavy, fun track, and then finish off the main album, Cold Northland, Van Omen Part 3, followed by 2 bonus tracks, Mira Leteva and I'll Stay By Your Side. Yeah, really, really cool album. My favorites, like I said, probably For Siren. I really like Andromeda. Run from the Crushing Tide is a super fun one. Cold Northland, the part 3 of that, of course, first album duology kind of track, which featured Old Man and shoot, I'm forgetting the other one. Doesn't matter, but overall, this is a super fun album. What it does really well is that mix of power metal and the death metal. I think it just, the guitars are really catchy. The choruses really get you there. I will say maybe sometimes this album does get a little bit too repetitive if you listen to it a lot, like I did. So I don't actually listen to this album as much as I used to, but on the listens, I still fucking enjoyed it. So I still had fun, no matter what. And then of course on this bonus tracks, overall the actually like the One Man Army stuff honestly sounds a lot better mixed. Like they mixed it a little bit more, or maybe they were just like further into development with these demos. So they sound pretty good. I don't think there's too many changes. I don't really listen to One Man Army too much, so I don't have much to say about those tracks. Andromeda and Defense of Sampo are not that different than the tracks on the album. They're rougher takes, but nothing too crazy. Rum Women Victory sounds completely different because the chorus is just like changed tempo. And it really changes like the whole song. It feels really weird. The chorus is not as anthemic. You wouldn't go probably running around going crazy singing that song. But overall, I still think it's pretty good. And it's kind of an interesting album to rank. I don't know where my camera went on this one, but I guess we'll rock without the camera today for this guy. See, it's kind of a hard one to rank. I really like this album. Like, I don't think it's I know it's not an S tier album for me because I still think like, oh, some parts get kind of like repetitive and overused, but I still really like this album, and I end up listening to it a lot more than some of these albums in B. So I think I have to go A for this album. I think it's really cool, and I think I've talked about this album before on the channel. I have a couple, like I think I only have like 2 of those kind of albums I've like done full reviews on. Which I think is this album and Times of Grace, their album from 21, I want to say 2020 or 2021. So once we get to that, I'll kind of go over it. But overall, I really enjoy this album. I don't think maybe it's like as much. I don't think it's as I think these are just like slightly above. Like I think this Iron Maiden album is super fun, really cool. But I think the instrumentation is so good on here. This Black Dahlia Murder album, I think, is a little bit more tight, a little bit more concise of an album. Michigan, the writing is so good. The use of orchestra and everything is so good. I just think it's hard to put this above these, but I still really enjoy this album for different reasons. I think these, to me, are like really cool technically. This is an album that I think is fun and enjoyable listen. I can listen to it all the time, where I might not listen to these albums as much personally, but I still think they're really good albums just as they are. Where this, I think, is a caveat. Like, you might not like it if, the vocals might not be your thing. The clean vocals might not be as much your thing. The power metaliness. I just love the mix, and I think it really stuck with me as an album overall. But that's all for today, guys. If you guys enjoyed this, stay tuned because next week is going to be a full Devin Townsend week. So if there's a couple albums we're going to do that are either, by Devin Townsend by himself, by one of his multiple bands he has, or maybe we're going to a little bit of a special one, which he actually helped work on the album, but actually doesn't feature at all vocally, or he might actually do guitar on a song or two, I think. But overall, if you guys enjoy this series, drop a like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell for more, and let me know what your ranking would be of these albums so far. If there's some you haven't listened to, watch my videos, see maybe you'll like them, maybe you won't. But that's all for today, guys. Peace.